Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you have a great weekend and you're looking forward to the week ahead. Hard to believe that we are into the month of November already. Um, so it's actually a really, I shouldn't say it's an easy week, but there's only the one task that we're going to be doing this week, which is the case study. Don't forget to do your participation activity, of course, so that you have your attendance check. So I'm just going to spend a bit of time talking about the case study now so that you have an idea of what to expect. This has been posted in Brightspace and in Dropbox, of course. So if you click on this, it'll take you right over to the case. As you guys know now, case study is basically a business scenario, and you have to make business decisions based on everything that you've learned in the course so far. So I'm going to be asking you to draw on your knowledge from Unit 1 and all of the Unit 1 concepts. So, any of the things that you've learned about management theories, leadership structures, leadership theories, the role of a manager, um, 21st century management, even the videos and the articles that we've read about 21st century leadership, as well as, leadership dancing guy, things like that. You want to use all of that content that you've learned and connect it to this case and show me that, show me what you've learned. Essentially, this is your final project for Unit 1. So it's worth quite a chunk of your grade. And your goal is really just to show me that you've summarized the entire unit. Okay, so go back through all of your Unit 1 notes and make sure that you do that. The case is here. So with a case study, I always suggest that you take really strong notes, that you really understand the case and the individuals within the case, that you try to draw, conclusions about the different characters and the individuals' personalities so that you can connect that as well to your decisions within the case. Okay. So your task is to use case method outline. I'm going to go through that in a second, and to prepare a case study analysis of Sophie's Toy Creative Solutions. You're going to be going through each of the 6 steps and the breakdown, and then break down the problems, possible solutions, and then make a final business recommendation for solving the problem that you outlined. Make sure that you follow the steps in the case step method provided. You're going to be preparing a case report. This report should have separate headings for each of the 6 steps outlined. You are allowed to include point form, tables, charts, and then also full sentence paragraphs where you think that it's needed. So don't use point form when you need to elaborate and really draw connections and make, detailed conclusions. That's one of the observations I've seen throughout the course so far, is that for a grade 12 academic course, you really want to be adding detail and depth to your analysis, showing me that you really understand the content. Okay. Your ultimate goal is to determine what the overall problem is for this business, and then to implement different management strategies or concepts that we've learned throughout the semester so far to come up with a solution that you think is going to solve the problem. Okay. So that they can thrive in the future. So case method process is a process. It's a step-by-step one, kind of follow it like a formula. And I've gone through here and sort of broken that down for you so that you can sort of hopefully see a little bit more clearly what you need to do. Just a reminder that really your case can be your own too. So how you design it, when you use point form, when you use tables, charts, graphs, written paragraphs, it's up to you. And how you put it together is up to you as well. You just really have to follow the steps. Okay. So the first step is, and I've kind of put this all together here in a table, which I think helps to explain it. So you've got, the 5 different or 6 different steps of this process. So step 1 is, what do you know? So in this case, you have to list everything that you've learned within the case. So this will be your first sort of heading, right? Everything that you know and what you've learned about the case. So each case is going to include details of a scenario, different individual people involved. In business terms, we call these stakeholders. And then really you're just going to be listing any detail that you think is going to be helpful for you in order to make a decision. Okay. So for example, the age of the people involved, the diversity of the staff, the office configuration, the different schedules, the pay schedules, the attitudes and personalities, etc. Okay. The second step, and again, you can decide how you want to do this. You don't have to write this in full paragraphs. You can list it, put it in a table, a chart, however you decide you want to organize it. It's up to you. Okay. And then you have to decide, well, what is the problem? In this stage, I want you to try to list as many problems as you can come up with. So again, you're going to be drilling it down. Brainstorm all of the problems you think exist, so that you can then move on to step 3, sorry. All right. So again, you may want to do this in point form, in a chart, whatever works for you. Then in step 3, you're going to be actually making a decision from your list of problems. You're going to be outlining what you believe to be the major issue at hand, and then the root cause of all of the other problems. Okay, so sorry, I was interrupted. Hopefully this makes sense. But in the step 3, you're going to be basically deciding what the major issue is. What's the root cause of all of the other problems? So you're going to go through your list of problems in step 2, and then you're going to clearly identify what you believe is the major actual problem. Okay. In step 4, you're going to start brainstorming solutions. And we always recommend in business that you try to outline at least 3 tangible solutions. And then you want to try to explain in detail how this solution is going to solve the problem. So the who, what, when, where, and how, right? Again, how you organize this is up to you. But you want to make sure that you do have detail in your answers as much as possible, so that when I read it, I can understand really how this solution is going to solve the problem. In step 5, you're going to be clustering your ideas. So you're going to be taking the different ideas that you came up with, and you're going to be organizing them. So you're going to put them in different categories. You're going to identify whether, this idea has been done before, seen before, may not give us the results that we're looking for. Could be good section where it could be like, okay, so this is good, it could work. Or whether some of the ideas are radical ideas. So what if this solution is really outside of the box, but could be exactly what's needed to solve the problem. And then when you're going through that, try to list pros and cons for each of the ideas as well, so that you get, it's like anything in life. If you're trying to decide what university you're going to go to, you're going to cluster your ideas, come up with pros and cons lists, and then from that, you're going to try to make your ultimate decision. Okay. And then finally, in step 6, you're going to make your recommended solution. So in this case, you're going to pick 1 or 2. And I often have students ask, can I blend ideas? We would recommend yes, but only a maximum of 2 solutions. And you're going to write a summary and a recommended solution, including a step-by-step action plan as to what needs to be done. Okay, so in this section, you definitely want this to be detailed. You want me to be able to read it and really understand how you're going to implement this solution and why you believe this solution is going to solve the problem. Okay, so as you can see, in case methods, some of your work can be long answer, paragraph answer, point form, short, chart form, mind maps, things like that. It can really be anything. Your brainstorms can be done in a mind map. Again, it doesn't all have to be completed in full paragraph sentence form. Please actually don't do that. It's a lot easier to read your case if it's organized well. And because you're the business manager, you can decide how you want to organize your case as long as it's following the flow of case method. Okay. Please include a title page with the title of the assignment, your name, my name, and due date. And then, again, just make sure you elaborate when needed. Also ensure that you are including citations. For this course, you can choose MLA, APA, or Chicago. But if you're doing any research or drawing anything from the content from the course, you want to make sure that you're backing that knowledge up with citations so that it doesn't sound like you're just taking somebody else's knowledge and throwing it into your case. All right, so those are the expectations of the case study. You have the entire week to complete that, and all that you have left remaining to do is the participation activity. So lots and lots of time, but it is your final master project of Unit 1, so I expect that you'll need the time. It's due next Monday at 8 a.m. as always, and if you have any questions, just send me an email. I'll see you online.